For the last lesson of the chapter, we're going to solve equations. This is very different than what we've been doing before, because before we've been simplifying, but here we actually have to find the value of the variable that makes the whole thing true, which is what solving really means. Rather than we're solving, we're trying to do an x equals type thing. So the idea here is that we're going to clear fractions by multiplying the left and the right side by the LCD. You have to be very, very clear and careful that you can only do this if you actually have a both sides, if you have a left and right side, because that goes back to the multiplication property of equality, which says that whatever you multiply the left side by, you can multiply the right side by. So if I look at the first one, I have a 3 in the denominator, a 4 and a 2. And picking the LCD would give me 3, 4, and 2 would be 12. So I'm going to put the left side in parentheses and the right side in parentheses, and I'm going to multiply the left side and the right side by a 12. This is very similar to what we do before, except that now we don't actually have to put it all over the LCD. When I multiply this by 12, the 12 and the 3 cancel to give me 4 times 2x plus 1. Still have the minus. Then when I multiply the 12 over here, the 4 and the 12 cancel to give me 3 times x minus 5 equals, and then 1/2 times 12 is 6. So now we can just go back to equation solving, distribute. I have 8x plus 4 minus 3x plus 15 is equal to 6. Simplify the left. 5x plus 19 is equal to 6. Subtract 19 from both sides. You get 5x is equal to negative 13, and x is equal to negative 13/5, which we're going to promote to set notation. So that's kind of one of the ideas. The other thing we have to be careful about is that we actually go back and check our answers if we have a variable in the denominator. For instance, in number 2, we know that x could not be equal to 0. So one strategy is actually to state that at the start, which is a very helpful thing to do, and you're going to see why that's true. So I'm going to state a restriction here of x cannot be equal to 0. Then I'm going to state an LCD, which you must do in every problem. I'm going to do an LCD of multiplying the left side and the right side by a, oh, go away, Alex. Multiply the left side and right side by, that would be 4x. So when I multiply the left side by a 4x, let's see, get 4x here, the x's cancel and I have 4 times 12, then plus the 4's cancel and I have 3x, and then here the 2 and the 4 cancel, giving me a 2x, so I have 2x times 3. Clean that up and that gives me 3x plus 48 is equal to 6x. Okay, well, subtract 3x from both sides, and I get 48 is equal to 3x, or x is equal to, that'd be 16. 16 is not 0, so that's going to work. So we're going to put that in set notation. Okay, let's go to number 3. Number 3, I know that I have x minus 2 equals 1/3, and I know from that that x cannot be equal to 2. Now, if we do an LCD here, I would have, let's see, we have this, so I have 3 times x minus 2, and if I multiply the left side by a 3 times x minus 2, the x minus 2's are going to cancel, I'm going to have 3 times 2x minus 4. On the right side, the 3's are going to cancel, and I just get x minus 2. So you have 6x minus 12 is equal to x minus 2. Subtract, and I have 5x, add 12, and I get equals 10. And then I have x is equal to 2. But we just said x cannot be equal to 2. Since x cannot be equal to 2, we have no solution. Something else that you could have noticed in that problem is that if I go back to the original problem and I factor the numerator, I have 2 times x minus 2 over x minus 2 equals 1/3. if I cancel the x minus 2's, I get 2 is equal to 1/3, and that is not true. 2 is not equal to 1/3, so that should tell me that that's no solution. Okay, let's keep moving. Number 4, we're going to have a similar problem, where I'm going to say, well, let's look in factor. If I factor the denominator, because we should always factor before we do LCDs, I have 4 times y minus 2. And before we state the LCD, we can actually cancel the y minus 2's, but let's kind of write a y is not equal to 2 here, just to be on the safe side. So I get 1/4 is equal to 1/4, because when we cancel, we would get a 1 right here, so 1/4 equals 1/4. That is usually all real numbers. But you should be kind of wary about that, because it can't be all real numbers. Y can't be 2. So all real numbers except 2. And the way we write that is all y such that y is not equal to 2. That's the proper set notation for saying all real numbers except for 2. In number 5, I know t cannot be equal to 1 or negative 2, based on the denominator restrictions. So what I end up with is an LCD. Remember, we're going to look at all three parts here, t minus 1, t plus 2, and 2. So my LCD should include each of those, 2, t minus 1, t plus 2. Take that LCD and multiply it by each part. Multiply it by the left and right sides. You're going to get what's missing. So we have 2 times t plus 2 for the first fraction. For the second one, the t plus 2's are going to cancel, and you have 2 times t minus 1. And for the right side of the equation, we have the 2's canceling, and I'm left with t minus 1 times t plus 2. You now have to simplify all of that. So 2t plus 4 plus 2t minus 2 equals, and then we're going to FOIL this, t squared plus 2t minus t gives me plus t, and then minus 2. Let's move everything to, well, let's simplify the left side first. 4t plus 2 equals t squared plus t minus 2. Let's move everything to the right side, so I have 0 is equal to t squared. That would be minus 3t, and then minus 4. Now we can factor this into t minus 4 and t plus 1, which tells me that t is equal to, if I put these in set notation, t plus 1 would be negative 1, and t minus 4 would be positive 4. Those don't violate any of my restrictions, so those are okay. Number 6, favorite F word first, we're going to want to factor this. So I have 3 over x minus 5 and x minus 7, or sorry, x minus 2, plus 2 equals, and then I have x minus 4 over x minus 5. Let's compare denominator to denominator, look at the LCD for the whole thing, and that would be an LCD of x minus 5 and x minus 2. Then we multiply the LCD by the left side and the right side of the equation. In the left side, it's going to cancel and just give you a 3, plus, and then we're going to have 2, but times all that LCD. Because remember, we're distributed property, we're multiplying it by the left side, which means we have to carry to both of those. Then on the right side, the x minus 5 is going to cancel, leaving me the x minus 4 times an x minus 2. This we have to simplify. 3 plus 2, FOIL this, x squared minus 7x plus 10 equals, and FOIL this, x squared, that would be minus 6x plus 8. Keep simplifying. 3 plus 2x squared minus 14x plus 20 equals x squared minus 6x plus 18. Let's move the x squareds to the left, and I have x squared. Add 6x to both sides, and I get minus 8x. Then on the left I have 23, but then minus 18 is plus 5, and that would be equal 0. Oops, just kidding, that was an 8, not an 18, which makes this a 12, which makes this actually work out. X minus 6 and x minus 2. So my solutions are 6 and 2. Except, if I go back and look at the original one, from the factored form here, I could not have x can't be 2 and x can't be 5, so 2 has to go out. So my final solution is just the 6. So always check your answers back and then make sure they don't plug into the denominator and make you have 0 in the denominator, because that's bad. Okay, number 7. Let's factor. I have 2 over c times c minus 1. This says plus 1 minus c. Let's make it minus 1 over c minus 1 equals 1. Your LCD would be c times c minus 1, and that has to get multiplied by both of those. So, okay. By all sides. So let's carry it to all 3 parts. We'd have 2 minus 1 times c equals, and then don't forget to multiply it by the right side. For some reason, when the right side's a 1, people almost always forget to multiply it by the whole LCD. We have c times c minus 1. So 2 minus c equals c squared minus c. That gives me 2 is equal to c squared. Now, at this point, I wouldn't expect you guys to know yet how to solve this, because c would be equal to the square root of 2, but you'd have to put plus or minus. So, don't worry so much about that one. One thing that I'll check to see with the whole did you do your notes is if I were to change this one number to a 4, that would change this to a 4, which would change this to a 4, which would change this to a 4, and this to a 4. And that means that we could actually move that and make that c squared minus 4 equals 0. Factor it as c minus 2, c plus 2, and I could get a solution of plus or minus 2. Checking, of course, that that doesn't plug into the denominator anywhere, and it doesn't. It's all good. Okay, we're going to go back with this last one and practice stating the denominator's restrictions before we kind of do anything. Except first we want to factor x minus 2 over, this would be x minus 3 and x plus 2 equals 1 over, and this would be x minus 2, x plus 2, plus, and this would be 3 over, and pull out the 2 to get x plus 2. So because we have a lot of factors, let's just say x cannot be equal to plus or minus 2 or 3. We're going to want to check for those at the end. Then we state an LCD, and that have to be x minus 3, x minus 2, x plus 2, and then we also need to have the 2 there. So I'm going to erase this and put the 2 in front. So we need to have one of everything present. Okay. Now we're going to multiply this in here. So the x minus 3's and the x plus 2's are going to cancel, and I'm going to get 2 x minus 2, x minus 2 equals. Then when I multiply it in the second one, right here, I'm going to still have 2. But then the x minus 2, x plus 2's cancel. I'm going to have x minus 3 plus. And then finally, when I multiply it here, 2's cancel, x plus 2's cancel. I'm going to have 3, x minus 2, or x minus 3, x minus 2. Okay. Simplify what's left. Let's keep the 2 out here and FOIL this. X squared minus 4x plus 4 equals, and this is going to be 2x minus 6 plus 3, and I'm going to FOIL this. X squared minus 5x plus 6. Distributive property, 2x squared minus 8x plus 8 equals 2x minus 6 plus 3x squared minus 15x plus 18. Simplify both sides, put them in descending order. 2x squared minus 8x plus 8 equals, this would be 3x squared. Look for my x's, I'm going to have minus 13x, and then plus 12. Let's move everything to the right side. X squared minus 5x, and plus 4. Factor. X minus 4, x minus 1. Check my solutions on the original. X can't be plus or minus 2 or 3, so we're in the clear. My solutions are 1 and 4.